40,000 steps, 24 miles in 24 hours, and 40 hours without sleep. Why?
Hey, my name is Silas Willoughby, and I just finished running a mile every hour for 24 hours straight, from 8 p.m. to 8 p.m., starting out for no other reason than I could. I was scrolling through TikTok the other day and I saw 2 D1 runners do this exact same challenge. So I sent it to a few friends with the caption, "Should I give this a try?"
And my answer is, no, I don't think you should.
Yeah, of course, why not?
Yeah, why not? Good luck. My answer to that is very simple and logical. No, don't do it.
That said, I do like running and I do like a challenge, so I think with a little bit of training, I'd be interested.
So I've got nothing to do this weekend, so why not give it a try? Let me give you a bit of an explanation as to why I was so willing to do this. Simply put, I am a runner, and not to sound arrogant, but I'm pretty good at it. Last year I was a junior in high school and I decided to go out for cross country and track. And it turns out I'm not half bad. Within weeks, I was anchoring both of our team's relays and earned a spot on the podium at the state championship in the 800 meter. Ending my season on such a high note had me extremely excited for the 2020 season. I fully intended to win the state championship, and don't tell anyone, but I secretly hoped to make it to and compete in nationals. So I have spent the last year running over 2,000 miles and spending thousands and thousands of hours training, only to have it all cancelled because some dude in China apparently thinks bats taste good. Seriously, they really look like they taste disgusting. However, I wasn't too upset about that. My coach and I discussed it, and I decided to sign up for some USA TF meets. But guess what just got canceled as well? They did. So I'm left as a runner training to peak for middle distance races and no races to be had. Until next year at the collegiate level, at least. Anyway, enough about this. I'm simply trying to get across that I'm quite an experienced runner before I show you really how hard this was for me.
7 minutes, 15 seconds. Trying to pace myself. 23 more to go. 10:12 p.m. Mile 3, 6:40. A little faster, but still pretty relaxed.
Miles 1 through 3 were extremely easy for me. I ran them nice and relaxed, 7:12, 7:17, and 6:39. It was a little bit weird running at 8, 9, and 10 p.m., but it was not really late yet, so I felt great. At this point, I still had no good reason to be doing this, but I also didn't need to justify anything to myself at this point either because I simply wasn't tired. Miles 4 and 5 also passed without too much difficulty in 6:41 and 6:37 respectively. However, by the end of mile 5 at midnight, I was starting to get a bit sleepy because I'd been up since 6 a.m. that morning. But nothing too bad yet.
Mile 7 done. 7:10 pace. Doing good.
Miles 6 and 7 passed in 7:25 and 7:10. By the time I finished mile 7, it was 2 a.m. And I'm sure by now a lot of you are wondering why the heck I started this at 8 p.m. instead of, 8 a.m. And it's simple. I wanted to finish and be able to go to sleep and not finish and then sleep a whole day away. Looking back, maybe that wasn't the best idea, but it's what I went with, so that's what we did. By the time 8 came along, I was really starting to feel the 23 or so hours I'd been awake. The running wasn't hard yet, but I was very exhausted. I can't really tell you why certain miles were tiring and others weren't, but 9 followed at 4:20 a.m. and it wasn't hard. Miles 8 and 9 were 7:01 and 7:35. By 5 a.m. and mile 10, the sun was starting to rise, and with it, my whole outlook. Mile 10 was in 6:43 and 11 in 7:33. At this point, it was feeling surreal. In my head, it felt like the worst part was behind me. It was daytime now, and I only had 13 miles left. And I was finally beginning to form a good reason for doing this. As I slogged through miles 12 and 13, in 7:26 and 7:10, it was full on daylight. I'd gotten some breakfast and a couple cups of coffee. So I started to develop the message I wanted to get across to you guys as I go through these last few miles.
All right, that's mile 14 and 15 out of the way. I went to the park to get a change of scenery and get some more flat.
For miles 14 through 19, I drove to a variety of different trails to get a change of scenery and run on more even terrain to give my legs a little bit of a rest. So while I run, I want to talk to you guys for a second. Well, voiceover me wants to. People do dumb challenges on the internet all the time, and for a while, that's all this was. Until I got there. There is a point at about 200 beats per minute where the fatigue, the pain, it all drops away. A place where your legs in agony, your sore and burning lungs, your droopy eyes and blurry vision all fade away and become inconsequential. Your vision clears, your legs strengthen, your breath returns, and clarity and calm comes over you. You know what you have to do, and suddenly you have the strength to do it. Some might call this a runner's high, I call it success. It's always taken a 4-minute mile or a sub 2-minute half mile to get my body working that hard. It turns out at mile 24 in 5 minutes you can reach that state as well. Pain becomes inconsequential, time fluid, and you begin to feel invincible.
A runner's high, as it is more often called, is caused by your body creating endorphins to ease your pain, and your brain releasing a whole slew of neurotransmitters, norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin, to name a few, all of which serve to reduce stress. So why does your mind always feel so clear during a hard run? Well, stress is something that is ever present, even on a run, before you get to that point. Before you reach that point, your mind is still stressing about how fast, how many more miles, and how far. But when you achieve that high, all of your troubles melt away because your body is getting rid of stress on its own.
Now, stress can be horrible for you. It can take years off your life, cause all kinds of health issues from migraines and high blood pressure to infertility and insomnia. We are going through extremely stressful, trying times right now. A lot is uncertain, and a lot that is certain is horrible, to say the least. During this pandemic that we are going through right now, alcohol sales are up 47%. Cigarettes are selling out, and cannabis is in higher demand than ever. All of which are often used as stress relievers, and all of which are less effective than exercise, let alone the negative health effects they each have. Alcohol and marijuana destroy relationships, and over 500,000 people die every year from cigarettes alone. As we're all stuck at home much more than we are used to, we all have the time to exercise. So while I'm not trying to ask you to do this challenge because frankly it sucked, I'm going to challenge each of you to try and exercise for at least 45 minutes a day for the next 2 weeks, and see just how much better you feel. I promise it will change everything. I'm not asking you to do the extreme. I've been spending 4 hours a day on average exercising. We just have the time now. I'm simply asking for you to spend 45 minutes a day. That's one Netflix episode. That's it. Anyway, let's check back on me as I finish my last few miles. As mile 20 passed, I really started to feel the end approaching, so my times started to inch back down. Mile 20 I ran in 6:43 and 21 passed in 6:28, the fastest mile I'd ran so far during this challenge. For miles 22 and 23, however, exhaustion from not sleeping is really hitting me hard, so they finished in 7:12 and 7:32. During mile 23, I lost my keys and had to walk a whole mile back to get them, which I'm going to tell you I was not happy about.
But I had to walk back a mile to where I dropped my keys, so I just got an extra mile of walking in. And I still have mile 24 to go, so...
But I got it done, headed home, got some water, ate a few bites, and sooner than I was expecting, mile 24 came. It was 7:30 p.m. I'd started the challenge 23.5 hours ago, and it was finally time for me to lace up my shoes one last time and finish out with all the energy I had left. Now, mile 24 felt like I was really flying, but it turned out to only be a 5:44 mile. As a testament to how tired I was, I had set my mile PR a few days prior a fair amount more than a minute faster. And just like that, I was done. I'd done the challenge. I'd tested my mental toughness. I'd run at 3 a.m., I'd run in the dark, I'd run at dawn, I'd run without any sleep. I had nothing left to do. So I took a shower, ate dinner, and was done. This challenge was both harder and easier than I thought it would be. But what is definitely easier than I thought it would be was using Squarespace to build a beautiful new website. Yeah, nope, this video is not sponsored. I've just been watching way too much Half is Interesting. So, since it's not sponsored, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Anyway, that's all I've really got for you guys today. This has been Echo Productions. My name is Silas Willoughby, and I'll see you in the next one.